known for their knowledge, and they belong to the scientists category, right, on various fields. So such group is what they've come up with, these kind of four agreements which can make you bring on a personal freedom if you follow these agreements. That's what this author, if you see here at the bottom, the author name, the Don Miguel Ruiz. So basically, they are from South Mexico. So Mexico again is a very spiritual land mm, as India, but not as great as India, but very good spiritual land, my dear friends. There are a lot of spiritual masters who have come from through this land. So, so one such group is called the Toltec, who have come with this beautiful agreements that what can be applied in our day-to-day life to make ourselves free. We are actually tied up with so many belief systems and all of that, my dear friends. So that's what this author is trying to mm, explain, to see what is needed to cut down all those, and how can you become free. So we all know how important a freedom is. uh, you if somebody conquer us, right? Yeah, as a country, if some other country is conquering, then we have dealt on various levels of freedom we lose, right? Similarly, that is from the outside physical world, but what we are lost freedom is from our thought process, is from our inner world. So that freedom we have lost. So we need to regain that freedom so that we can uh, live our life in much more meaningful manner. So that is why we need these kind of agreements to apply, my dear friends. So so he starts with that kind of an approach, saying what is binding you with your current agreements, and what is it needs to be changed is what is bringing in the four agreements. So initially he's talking about uh, the 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 loss of freedom through our belief system. So when a person is born, my dear friends, so he is very free of nature, right? Until about 5 years, he's totally he is not connected to this world yet. He is in his own world. If you see a small child, about 4 to 5 years child, he is totally free in his own world. Then is what the total belief systems from different various aspects excuse me, gets attacked on that child's mind, right? So initially through parents, through grandparents, through family members, right? It's a lot of belief systems that, okay, you do this, you don't do this is right for you, this is not right for you. There are so many things which comes on building up as a belief system, uh, which is sometimes they're useful, but sometimes they might not be useful, but they keep on building without knowing the reason. Also, there are some belief systems we still carry, do not know why we are doing such things, right? So so those are all keep building, whether we need it or not, that's keep on piling. Then when that child goes to a school or to the college, then the society's belief systems falls into on that particular child. So similarly, it is all getting piled up, and then there is a fear. There is a main element which the fear gets generated, the comparison gets generated. All these things which are sometimes related, or most of the time not related to us, but still we are entangled with all those belief systems. So that is the main reason, my dear friends, we need to know who we are, what is the purpose of this life, and all this is not available in any of the books, and that is why we need some tool which can understand uh, about our each individual self, right? Which is not available in any books. In most of these books, even these four agreements, wherever they can tell you general mm, theory on how a life can be led, right? But if for an each individual, it is different on what is the purpose and what is their goal in the life. Everything is different. So, so you need to have this meditation in your life so that you can have little bit of clarity, and then all these unwanted things can get removed automatically, as what we discussed yesterday about how the thought power is cleansed when you do meditation. Okay, so so that's what he talks about initially, my dear friends, like what are all the things which gets tied up. So we are talking all very at the high level, just to give you all a glimpse so that you can go read this book. This is not a big book, my dear friends, just 90 pages. So mm, by based on the understanding what we have today, you can go read it. Probably you'll finish off in a week's time or 3 4 days time, depending on the speed you read the book. So it's just a 90-page book. Okay, so let's understand what else is talking. Uh, this is the four agreements. So the first agreement uh, he talks about is to be impeccable with your word. So, so this is a very, very huge statement, my dear friends, and huge statement. And out of these four agreements, this is one of the most important agreement which we need to, uh, if we follow, that will come out of this, mm, will become free from our own that belief systems if we follow this particular agreement. So let's understand what he's trying to say in this agreement, my dear friends. So to be impeccable with your word. So impeccable is a very good word which I read only through this. I know only through this book. So what he's talking about impeccableness here means. He is breaking this word into two. So the whole meaning of this is saying that without a sin. So you'll, without doing any sin, you should have your word say. So whatever words, what we utter, every word, my dear friends, is so important, and it should be in a way that that word is uh, make somebody's life better, right? Instead of hurting, or instead of making them unhappy, right? So our word should be in a way that it should be creative in somebody's mind. It should add value. That's how our word, if we can manage doing that particular thing, then you save a lot of energy for yourself, and you are not doing any harm to the others. This itself will make you free, my dear friends. You can, so which means, so there is no more gossips, there is no more unwanted talking, there is no uh, like what do you say, discouraging anybody, or making yourself free comfortable to others, right? If we do this one particular thing, you get freedom to the max. So other three are also important, but this is the most important agreement, my dear friends. So let's take some examples with what a word does negatively and what a word does positively, right? So so let's take a negative example. We all know about so these examples are also, again, some of them are in this book, so you can go read it. But one of the main example he gives is about Hitler, right? So just by his word, how much of uh, fear he created in people's minds, that they went on to go do a world war kind of a thing, right? So So just that one word, whatever he was able to uh, give it to the people, and it came with kind of to the extent of a world war, right? So that's what a word can do. So same thing, if you look at the positive uh, nature of expressing the word, you take the example of Mahatma Gandhiji, right? So the word, just by non-violence, he was able to create wonders. Just one word, my dear friends. So the word, what you utter, it should be so so good in nature that it should add value to the person to whom you are speaking. If not, there is no point of talking. And if you're talking about a person who is not there at all, then there's no point at all, right? So so all these comes into category of gossips, which if we reduce or if we take out the gossips totally, then we are totally free from our mind, my dear friends. You will have so much of time left. There are a lot of people who always tell me that we are so busy in our day-to-day life, we do not have time to do meditation. So the first thing I tell them is cut down your gossips. You will have lot of time. And in today's world, my dear friends, you don't need a person next to you. Your phone is enough to do all the gossips, right? Every good morning, every good evening, every hello, every hi is all. This is just gossip, right? We can use the technology for the purpose of conveying something or getting to know something. Instead, we use this left, right, and center, wherein we lose a lot of energy. If we stop that, we have so much of time left, my dear friends, to spend on our own creativity, on our own developments. If not, all this time we are losing just by gossips, my dear friends. So that is what he's trying to say in the first agreement. Uh, let's go to the next one. Don't make any assumptions. So actually, this is the third agreement. So don't take anything personally. So that's actually the second agreement. I put it as a third. So so the second agreement is talking about is don't take anything personally. So this is the opposite side of the first agreement, my dear friends. The first one is when you are saying the word to somebody, and the second one is you are taking the word from somebody else, right? So if you take it to your heart of people saying something, then you're again totally you are losing, right? You say, suppose if somebody is saying you are stupid, and if you take it that you are stupid, you will feel like that you are a stupid person, right? If you take it, but actually he was in a bad mood that particular time, and he saw you on a certain thing, and he expressed his nature. You don't have to agree to it of what you are doing is stupidity, right? That was his nature. He's giving to you that stupid. You don't have to agree. You can, if you take it personally, which means you agree that you are stupid, right? So we know what we are doing is the best thing what is possible, so we don't have to take it anything personally, right? So that's what he's talking about. The first one is you should not give the word, and the second one is telling that don't take anything personally. So you believe in your own belief system or in your own way what you understand. You don't have to agree disagree to anybody, right? You can hear what they're saying, but it is your will and wish that you want to take it in or you want to throw it out. We should be in a category of that nature that you should be able to block all these unnecessary things. If you keep it open, that wall around you, then anything and everything will come in and hurt you, right? So we should set up a wall kind of a thing, which is nothing but, if you talk in spiritual knowledge, is aura, right? That is what gets framed around you, that how aware you are, or how independent you are with your own thoughts, with your own actions, then this aura is formed. So this aura would protect you with all such negative actions which is coming against you, my dear friends. So there is nothing personal you want to take, just filter it out, right? So that's what he's talking about. Don't take anything personal. And the third agreement is, don't make any assumptions. This is very common mistake we all do, my dear friends. This is applicable mostly in building up relationships, right? So we assume certain things, and we expect that they would perform certain tasks, because you have assumed it. They have not said it, but you have assumed that they will do certain activity, and if they don't do it, you feel bad, right? So instead, what he's talking about is, when you are not clear, you be fearless to raise questions and get answers instead of assuming, right? So don't go with any assumptions. Even it has been done in the past, now they would have corrected it somehow, right? Every time, if you are not clear, please don't be afraid of raising questions to get it clarified, rather than assuming something, right? So so there is no question of misunderstanding then, because you had a query about it, you asked it, and you got it clarified, finished. There is no kind of misunderstandings here. Their misunderstanding comes up only when you have made an assumption and they have not lived up to that assumption. Need not be, they don't have to live up to that assumption, because they have not agreed for it, right? You have assumed it. So it's a very nice concept, my dear friends. If we follow these in our day-to-day lives, we can be free with our unnecessary misunderstandings and unnecessary thoughts. So that these are the ways where you can free yourself, rather than tied up or tangled with all of these activities which we've been doing, right? So how generic they are, but how important, and uh, how nice that they are applied even now, right? So actually, this book got released in '98, my dear friends. It's not that old, but see that, but the knowledge is about 3,000 years old. But they've brought this into a book format only in the year of 1998 or something like that. So they are all applicable in our day-to-day lives, where if we can apply them, we can we can be just free. Let's get into the last agreement, my dear friends. Always do your best. So this is one other action we should all consider, my dear friends, which is very important. It's not that you always achieve uh, top rank, right? For a student, getting a top rank is not what he's saying. Always do your best with your conditions, what is available to you, right? That should be our target. You are not comparing yourself with anybody else. You are comparing with yourself from yesterday, from an hour ago, right? Am I doing better with the given circumstances, that I've learned something, or am I growing, or am I doing the best in a given condition? If we follow this rule, then we don't have to fear of any competition, or any misunderstandings of anybody else, because you have done your best, right? So there is no question of fear there, right? So so for example of this explanation of the book, my dear friends, I am giving my best available knowledge, what I have today. Maybe if you asked me about 6 months ago, I would have not given what I'm doing today. I've grown and I've learned more today, so that I'm able to express. Maybe the same book, when I am going to explain next year, I will do maybe better than this. But in a given situation, am I doing justice to my explanation or not? I don't have to prove to anybody. It is for myself. Am I doing best? Right? So am I able to explain it as how I expected to do? If I am doing that, then I don't have to explain to anybody, or I don't have to prove it to anybody that I'm doing right. Okay, see how much free you can become without all these judgments around. You can lead your life much more happier if you apply these agreements, my dear friends. Hope you are able to get the essence of what this author is trying to explain, right? How easy it is. Maybe it's not easy, but how important it is to apply to make ourselves free. If not, we get tangled in all our day to day activities and we are not able to lead a happy life, right? So these are all the four agreements he's talking about, my dear friends. Very beautiful book, easy book, about 90 pages, easy to read. So I would recommend everybody, when you get a chance, I'll post the PDF, of course. So when you get a chance, please read it in your free time. It will be wonderful. So later they came up with a new another book, which is the fifth agreement. So we'll probably will talk about that agreement later in some of the sessions. But today I wanted to give you about this book, which are the main four agreements which we need to apply in our day-to-day life, my dear friends. Right? So that's what I want to talk about. So these are the other books what the same author has written. So I'll also share this presentation. If you are interested, you can go through these books in your leisure time. Yeah. So that's all I have, my dear friends. If you have any questions, I'm opening now. If not, we'll get on to meditation. Let's see if I have anything. Get to the handbook it comes with. Remove the screen. Okay. So any questions, anybody, dear friends, on this book? Okay, if not, let's get on to meditation, my dear friends. Let's have a comfortable sitting. Make your room as dark as possible, my dear friends. Oh, I forgot to record today. Okay. Okay, so sit in a comfortable position. Clasp your hands, cross your legs. Take out your glasses. We don't need them at this point, my dear friends. Close your eyes. Just relax, my dear friends. Totally, from head to the toe. Starting from your head to your forehead. Relax that forehead, my dear friends. Knowingly, unknowingly, we put some tension there. So just relax. Relax your shoulders. You can lean your back. Please do not lean your head. Relax your hands, wrists, thighs, legs, and toes, my dear friends. Just relax. Do not worry about your family, friends, about your plan tonight, tomorrow. Nothing, my dear friends. Just you. Just you and your breath, my dear friends. The inflow and outflow of the breath. which is again very soft in nature. Do not have to force yourself. It is soft, tender, tranquil breath, my dear friends. No chanting, my dear friends, inward or outward. Do not have to think of any gods at this time. No Krishna, no Rama, no Jesus, no Buddha, my dear friends. Just you and your breath. We'll play some soft music. Thoughts keep coming and going, my dear friends. Do not worry about those. You just have to focus on the space between those thoughts. Our human being, my dear friends, is made up of 5 different dimensions. One is the physical body, as we all know. Next dimension is your mind, then your intellect, then you have the soul or the energy, and then is the divine home. So this 5 dimensions, each one of us have. We all know how we could grow up our body and keep it clean with eating up the right food and taking a shower and keeping your body clean. We all know all that. And to keep your mind clean is what we are doing through meditation. We remove all the unnecessary thoughts and keep it clean. That's how you shower for your body. This is the shower for your mind, my dear friends. Meditation is the process to cleanse your mind. The third dimension is intellect. this intellect can be sharpened, or we need to make it utilized to the right way by gaining this spiritual knowledge through various media like books, your discourses, whatever, right? This is the dimension which will expand if we do the swadhyaya of what we have done today. And the fourth one is the soul or the energy, and that can expand when you do Sajjana Sangatyam or service, my dear friends. When you share your experiences with others, when you tell them the truth about what this is all about, how the what we are. It's not that we are a body; it is the soul. If we try to explain it to our fellow friends who have not experienced that, then that is the service, and that is the expansion of your soul, my dear friends. So only while you do certain activities of spiritual service in nature, the soul expands. It wants to take that new experiences, and of course, the divine good comes automatically if you perform all these four dimensions. So the fifth dimension is a stage what you'll reach. That's what we call as moksha, right? So these are the five dimensions for every one of us, and we need to understand the cleansing process for each of them, my dear friends. And all this is possible only by doing these activities: meditation, swadhyayam, and sajjana sangatya. So these three are important spiritual activities for our growth, my dear friends. Just you and your breath, my dear friends. Nothing more. basic nature, my dear friends, is to be loving and caring and being joyful. All these are basic qualities which we have uh, covered with all these uh, unwanted belief systems and the fear, but all these things which are making us our life to be a difficult task. It should be a rather be a lovable or a happy natured living, but we are struggling to be that kind of a nature which we are trying to recover or go back to our own nature, which is lovable and being joyful, my dear friends. So, what does meditation helps us is to do all this cleansing of unwanted feelings so that our basic nature shines out. Just you and your breath, my dear friends. Nothing else. Need to get deeper and deeper. Expand that space between the thoughts, my dear friends. should make ourselves strong from inside, my dear friends. We cannot depend on resources from outside for anything. Let's make our mind strong. Let's make our immune system strong. Let's make our digestive system strong. Everything is going inside, my dear friends, nothing outside. It's like when you're seeing yourself in the mirror, and if any corrections to be done, you are not doing the image on the mirror, you are doing for yourself, then automatically the image outside is corrected. It is the same principle you need to follow, my dear friends. All the corrections are done inside. Just breathe, my dear friends. Let's go deeper and deeper. Last 2 minutes, my dear friends. Do not open your eyes, please. Enjoy that moment. Enjoy that empty space. That is the place where we need to be, my dear friends. Try to recollect any of the experiences, what you have seen or heard or felt during the meditation. Slowly get back to your physical senses, my dear friends. Do not open your eyes yet. Just come back to your physical senses. Last 20 seconds. Do not open your eyes, my dear friends. Last 5 more. Do not open your eyes. Okay, friends. Just place both your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can now take off your hands and slowly open your eyes whenever you are ready with that smiling and energetic face, my dear friends. Don't force yourself, just when you are ready. Give a big clap for yourself, my dear friends. Did a great job. So try to recollect any of the experiences. Try to recollect what are the 4 principles we talked about. So 4 agreements we talked about today, my dear friends. To be impeccable with your words. Do not take anything personally. Don't make any assumptions and do your best always. So these are the 4 agreements, what we read from that book, my dear friends. So I would request everybody, when you get a chance, please read it. I'll be pasting the link in the WhatsApp group. So you'll get a PDF. It's not huge. It's just 90 pages, my dear friends. Okay, if you have any questions or anything to share, now it's open. So I would recommend everybody in these 21 days, sometime or the other, come and share, my dear friends. That is one good quality we need to develop to see how we can share our experience, what we felt, and so that everybody can understand and they can feel that we are all on the same page. It's okay that we need not have experiences all the time, but in some of the time, if you felt, please feel free to share. Yes, Sreekanth, you can unmute yourself. Oh, you're not able to? Sorry. Okay, now you should be able to. Yep.
Hello, Sreekanth, this is Vanaja.
Yes.
It's a wonderful experience. I was feeling a lot of energy, and my head was feeling heavy.
Mhm.
Um, the thoughts, at some point, the thoughts were still, just for a few seconds, not for a long time.
Yeah.
And then when you said going deep into meditation, I always was thinking, what is going deep into meditation? But I was able to, I don't know if it happens for everybody or just me, where it is like layers. It's like it's dark and then it will become lighter dark. It's like turning the pages. When you're reading a book, that's how I was feeling.
Wow. Hmm.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful experience.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So going deeper means getting into that empty space. So there is a space between each thought. It is not that thought after thought, thought after thought, thought after thought. It's not that, right? So there are
Yeah.
some thoughts and there is a gap and then there are thoughts, right? This is how the graph is,
Yes.
right? So it's okay. So we need to, instead of having it like this, we should have it like that, which means we should
Okay.
keep on increasing the gap between those thoughts. So that's where we'll have to go deeper, 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 which means when you go into that thoughtless stage, always then the thoughts would, creeping of the thoughts would
Hmm.
would eventually stop, right? But that is the practice what we need to do on a day-to-day basis. So when I say go deeper, that's what you should be heading against to the thoughtless stage. So that is kind of a reminder that when, at least when you're thinking something, and when I say deeper, which means you're cutting off the thought, right? That's what I wanted.
Okay. Yeah, and also some sessions, like some meditation sittings that I do. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I feel that it's not that good. It's more like,
Yeah.
as you were showing the first wave,
Uh-huh.
it's like that. Sometimes I feel that, wow,
Yeah.
today it was good. Sometimes
Right.
it's
Right. No,
average.
every day is not the same, so don't worry about all those. So just keep going without any stopping. So each one is an experience, right? Some days are good, some days it might not be good. That is all kind of an experience. What you are feeling, it is life,
Mm-hmm.
right? So take the life as it comes. So do not expect anything. That's what I mean to say. So don't think that you need experience always or anything like that. Don't put any expectations. Your only goal is to get into the thoughtless stage. Period.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So somebody were asking the WhatsApp group, so I put it on the chat. So Shubha Dinakar. So what causes the cooling sensation during meditation in the skull and within? So again, so somebody would feel the heat, somebody would feel the coolness. So all this energy is playing inside. So just enjoy of whatever is happening with you, right? And whatever is happening, once you open up your eyes, all that will not happen. So don't be afraid of any of these sensations or anything what's happening. You just experience whatever is happening. So don't worry whether it's, so for somebody it is hot, for somebody it is cold. You don't have to worry about all those. Just an experience. Okay. Anything else? Good, my dear friends. So hope you're. Uh, it's nice that you've been traveling for continuously without a break. So that's really good. So let's again meet tomorrow. Tomorrow being a Friday, my dear friends, we'll do small game. We'll play small game and then we'll do meditation. That will be our agenda for tomorrow. So we'll start at right time, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, 7 o'clock India time, my dear friends. So please join in time so that you can participate in the game. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night and good day back home for friends. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Good night.
Night. Bye. Thank you, Andy, for all the chat messages. Thank you very much.